people. I've been waiting for this for quite some time. I'm just gonna get into this reaction, and then we'll talk about it afterward. Madam Web in the back.
What's this?
The symbiote. The symbiote. So it's pulling from the Ultimate Comics.
Dad's working on something big. Congratulations, Doctor. Congratulations. You know what this means? We can finish what they started. Eddie, do you understand that the symbiote is beyond our control? Then we control it. We can't control it. Yes, we can. That's why you're here. This is the last time I'm telling you. Whatever you're afraid of, I'm not.
Oh. I'm loving their Spider-Man costume, by the way. It's really creative.
Wants to see the world.
Okay.
Stop being Spider-Man. You know, you can't think about putting that mask on again and more people will die.
Oh.
If you quit now, something horrible will happen. And you won't be there to stop it.
Do you know how horrible it is to see you beating yourself up like this? After everything that I've been through. Everything I've been through.
Logan, aka Wolverine.
Obviously it can't cure cancer. It can. And you're taking it away from the world.
You could die, Pete.
What good?
Okay, that battle damage is looking beautiful. Yeah.
We're gonna take everything from you.
MJ.
I want it! What do you have? I want it! You win!
Spider-Man to Another World. Alright. So, what you just saw was a trailer for Spider-Man 2 Another World. This is a sequel to Spider-Man. If you guys don't want to hear any of this, you can go ahead and click off the video. But for those who do want to hear it, thank you for sticking around. But this is a sequel to a fan film made by these same guys, called Spider-Man Lost Cause. And that one was fairly good, and they seem to have stepped up their effects and their costume design, and I really like it because it's got these small little accents here and there that really make it stand out from most of the other suits. And it's almost very reminiscent of the Spider-Man, the advanced suit that was in the Spider-Man PlayStation 4 game, which I did finish, by the way, and I will be doing a review of. And yeah, this looks really good. They've stepped up their effects. Before it was kind of cartoony, and now it's a little less. One person I would suggest that they get in touch with is a person known on YouTube called The Mighty Raccoon. His effects are amazing, and I honestly think that if those two collabed and got together in terms of doing CG designs, they would make something fairly good. Of course, it's not Hollywood style. It's not Hollywood quality, because these are people who are personally funding it themselves. They can't get funding anywhere else because it's a fan thing. If they try to, it'd pretty much be like plagiarism or stealing a character. And these are just a bunch of people making something, and something that they're passionate about, which is kind of what I'm doing, what I'm into. That's why I resonate with both Spider-Man Lost Cause and this Another World project. This has been in production for quite some time. I've been very patient with it. It's probably the thing I've been the most patient with my entire life. That really says a lot, doesn't it? Yeesh. But yeah, their effects have really stepped up. I'm really loving it, and they had a bunch of Easter eggs. They had Miles in there. They had Madam Web somewhere earlier at the beginning. Let me just pause it. Spider-Man a murderer? Must be talking about how he murdered that. Okay, so back here, this looks like Madam Web. This is what I'm talking about with the suit. There's like a bit of blue that comes up into spider arms a little bit. It's really, really good. I really like it. Their dragon skin, well, it's not dragon skin, it's like dragon skin puppy paint that they've got going on. The texture is really cool. Let me see. Like I said before, it looks like they're doing a bit of dimension traveling between dimensions, because here it looks like he falls out of a portal, or he could be getting blasted. And I don't know what's up with this hologram. Oh my gosh. But here he's fighting against Miles, which is really cool. I really like their
Stop it. It's not horrible, it's to see you beating yourself up
let me
like
turn
this.
this down over.
After everything that I've been through.
Let's see.
Everything I've been through.
I'll get to that in a bit.
It's not.
Quit now, something
Let's
horrible will
see.
happen.
I like their Miles design. Hold on, let me see if I can catch it. It's the same costume as the comics. It's just that they took some liberties here and there. It looks like they extended the legs beyond where it actually falls. They kept the whole red line thing. Their choreography seems to have gone up quite a bit. Whoops. If you looked at the red spider on Miles' chest, it looks like they went around it with some white, which is really cool. I'm liking this forearm section up here. That's wow. Yeah, they got a bit of they got really creative with these costumes and effects. Overall, I'm just really excited to see this in the finished product. I know the action's gonna be as good as it can be. I know the effects are gonna be as good as they can be. Obviously they've stepped up their game. If I remember correctly, they had another trailer. They had a trailer way before this that came out, and it showed that Heath, if you don't know, there's a channel known as Heath Gleason. He did a Spider-Man fan film too, and he works with these guys, Digital Heart, as they're known, which is a really cool name. He did a fan film of his own called Spider-Man Intractable. Now, personally, he doesn't like it, but I love it, because you can take Spider-Man in a few different ways and have him be affected by so many different things. Basically, the premise of his was that, like, after the death of Uncle Ben and then all this other stuff, he's just feeling down and remorseful, and he doesn't know which way he's gonna go, and he finds out his dad never even gave a crap about him, stuff like that. You can really play around with the character and yet still keep him Spider-Man. He thinks that he slapped all his fans in the face with, but like, look at Noir, or the assassin version of Spider-Man, or a Spider-Man, Last Stand Spider-Man. They're all different. Personally, or some people's favorite, Superior Spider-Man. Not my favorite, though. I really don't like Superior Spider-Man. I'm not gonna get into why, but because this video is not about that. But this looks like it will be really, really good. Okay, so you get a glimpse of MJ. It seems like, I guess he broke up with Gwen, or Gwen dies at some point. We've got Logan, aka the Wolverine. The upside down case. Eddie Brock is the one. Okay, so they were like, you can't cure cancer. In the Ultimate Comics, the symbiote is supposed to be a cure for cancer. Obviously, it doesn't work. It just turns people into somewhat, like, into a monster that just eats people. See, we don't get this. We didn't get this in the last Spider-Man movies, really. Battle damage. Like, every superhero movie, you're now allowed to believe that they're just perfectly fine. You know, they're getting slammed through walls and everything. But it's fine, you know. You know, you might get the occasional busted lip from Captain America and a bruise. You know, not even in the Tom Holland Spider-Man Homecoming did it. What was it? He started coughing a little bit and his hair was a little messed up. You know, there's something like this goes back to the Raimi movies where you really felt like, man, this guy is getting jacked up. Like, he is not doing too hot here. They kind of ruined that by the third movie, where he was getting beat on by Sandman and Venom, and he was just fine. You know, his skin was still silky smooth. Not gonna say any more about that. Yeah, here's the Venom effects. That shot right there was dope. That shot right there was amazing. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, yeah, there was that shot right there. Okay, hold on. There's that shot right here. That's awesome. Yeah. So, yeah, that's all I've got to say. That's all I could point out for now. Not sure if the intractable version of Spider-Man is going to pop in. If he is, I'm definitely excited for that, to see how his black suit stacks up against Eddie, and how regular Peter stacks up against intractable Peter, or if they're gonna cross, or if all three of them are gonna cross paths. Because that'll be interesting. But yeah, this is a little bit different than my usual videos. This is a reaction. This was actually mostly a reaction to get into the contest that they were having, where they were going to give a Blu-ray copy out of their Spider-Man Intractable, and I think they were going to give a copy out of this movie as well as a t-shirt and poster. You know, the problem with that is that they live in the UK, and of course, I live here in the States. Not sure if they'd be able to get it out to me. If not, they could go ahead and just give it to somebody else. I'll make my own shirt or something, or my own poster. Which, I could do a video of if it comes down to that. I'll probably do a video on purpose anyways, as an homage to Spider-Man PS4 and this coming out. But yeah, if you liked the video, please hit like and subscribe. If you didn't like the video, hit the dislike button, and then tell me down in the comments why you didn't like the video, what you think I could have improved on, and what would you prefer me to do? Would you like me to continue doing these every now and then? Or would you just rather me stick to the art? Criticism is always welcome. Once again, hit subscribe, share with friends, family, Facebook friends, Twitter friends, whoever. And yeah, I will catch you guys in another video. Later.